Chris here. I want to bring you all an update on Bitcoin. And there's a very important article that's just breaking right now. I saw it on TradingView while I was looking at Bitcoin. I wanted to get it to you as soon as I could. So right now, the article that I'm reading you, this is beingcrypto.com, and this is by Daniel Phillips. It says, Bitcoin worth 51 million deposited at BitMEX. Will they dump? And this is going to be an important thing because what I like to watch is those whale wallets as well, to see when you have those big transfers, guys. And a lot of times when we do have those big transfers, the price can change wildly, either to the upside or the downside. Remember, what we try to do is basically ride the coattails of these whales, so we have to pay attention to what they're doing. And what it says here is BitMEX has just received a deposit of precisely 5,000 Bitcoin, equivalent to approximately 51 million at today's rate. So we're going to get into all this, guys, and I'm also going to give you a little bit of technical analysis at the end of after going over this article. And the article I'm just going to do pretty quick for you guys, then we'll get into that technical analysis. So if you all like what we do here, like, subscribe, smash that notification button. That will really help you out. I try to get videos out every day to you, try to keep you at the edge of the market here. So we'll dig into this, guys. I appreciate you being here with me. Happy Saturday to you. So it says, according to Ceteris Paribus, the transfer is the fourth largest BT deposit in BitMEX history, as well as the third largest deposit in terms of fiat value. This is the largest transfer since September 9th, 2018. So in about a year, this is the largest transfer that we've seen. This has led to some to speculate that a dump might be on the cards for Bitcoin, since large market movements often precede a sell-off. Then it goes on to, can BitMEX handle it? However, being the largest margin trading exchange by volume, so they're talking about BitMEX here, BitMEX is much more resistant to sudden price movements than smaller platforms. As it stands, its BTC USD contracts achieved just over 2.5 billion in daily trade volume, equivalent to an average of over 100 million per hour. So I mean, BitMEX is really doing its thing, guys. That's a big exchange there. While these are impressive numbers, 100 million in hourly trade volume is not enough to absorb a 50 million dump without seriously affecting the market dynamics. Because of this, if this trader decided to put 50 million on shorting Bitcoin, the market will likely react accordingly. So I just wanted to put this on your radar, the simple fact that this amount of Bitcoin, 5,000 Bitcoin here, is being moved and transferred and moved around right now, guys. The link between Bitcoin whales and dumps. It is reasonable to assume that anybody with a sufficiently large reserve of Bitcoin can significantly alter the price action. Because of this, large transfers like this are often met with scrutiny, particularly by cryptocurrency traders. So it goes on to basically say, you know, track the whales and pay attention to what they're doing because of things like this, guys. Am I saying that this means we're going to dump? I'm not. We could really get pushed hard to the upside, because right now, if we transfer back as well, we're in basically a large symmetrical triangle pattern. And symmetrical triangle, it's a neutral pattern, but it typically breaks more with the trend, and the trend has been up here. We've been setting those higher lows, guys, consistently since we started this uptrend here around, you know, December 16th, 2018. So all 2019, we've been in an uptrend here, but we have to pay attention. As you can see, I have an alert right now to alert me at $9,918. I want to know, because if we start having that downside break and we break down out of this trend line and we lose the 100-day moving average, which is in green here, then, guys, we can start going to some lower levels, and I'd start looking at around probably 87.57, and then I would look down probably around that $7,500 mark if we start having a breakdown through the 100-day moving average as well as this purple trend line. Now, if we start moving to the upside, guys, we're going to start looking to see if we can break out of this upward trend line here, then eventually make a higher high than 10,942. That's where we previously got. But what we need, guys, is a higher high than this area right here at around that 12,451. So if we are to have a nice upside breakout of here, then we could come back here and challenge this $14,000 overall. But now it's just paying attention to see, guys, what we're going to do in this triangle. So let me zoom in here. Right now, what we're looking at in yellow, this moving average here in yellow is our 12 EMA, and that's at 10,456. That's acting as overhead resistance right now, as well as our 24 moving average, which is at $10,855. So we did have a downward cross through those right there, guys, and we're also having both of those act as overhead resistance right now. You can see that we've had wicks all along here that have been defending this upward higher low that we've been dealing with. So the bulls have been stepping in around this trend line. That's what we need to see today. Today's candle close is going to be very important. Like I said, if we start closing below this trend line in this 100-day moving average, then we're going to start to get into a little bit of trouble, guys. And that's what I just want you to be aware of, especially while you're looking at this whale moving stuff around. So I just want to be cautious, and I want to protect myself to the downside. Now, if something happens and all of a sudden we break to the upside, that's great. Look for that volume and see if we can break out of this yellow trend line. Right now, we're looking at a 43 on the RSI, so we're floating just kind of more neutral. Basically, same deal, guys, almost in that symmetrical triangle pattern here, just that neutral pattern for the RSI. And we want to pay attention to which way we're going to break there. The next indicator I wanted to point out to you here was our MACD. Want to take a look at it. So with our MACD, we still are within the bearish cross. We crossed to the downside, and that was on August 13th, 2019, and we've still been getting pushed to the downside. It looked like our histogram was starting to recover a little bit, and then we started dropping back again. So right now we are in that bearish territory for our MACD. We want to keep an eye on that. The next one we're going to do is our stock RSI. With our stock RSI, we're getting a bullish cross right now. We need to see that follow through, and it needs to come on volume. We're at 20 and 19, so we are in oversold territory. It'd be nice to get that cross and maybe break out of here on some volume, guys. Come back up and test this top yellow trend line there. That could be very important for us. And then I wanted to put on our channels as well, our Donchain channels, or however it's pronounced. I apologize if I didn't get it right, guys. But right now, you can see that middle band where that 20 moving average is acting as overhead resistance as well, and that's going to be around $10,895 to the downside. The bottom of the channels here is going to be around $94.55, and then to the upside, we're going to be looking at $12,312 right there. But you know what I like to do, guys, in this market, I don't have a crystal ball. You don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you what the whale is going to do who's, you know, on the other side of the world. We just have to respond and react to it. And like right now, how we're learning from that article that this type of money is being moved around, we should be hyper aware of what's taking place in the cryptocurrency space. And being on top of the news and being on the edge of things like that, that can make all the difference for you. Because if you didn't know that the whale was moving all that type of money, you would say, all right, I'm just going to go run around today or do whatever, not set any alarms. Then all of a sudden you could come back and Bitcoin lost $2,000. We've seen it happen in a matter of hours before. And that's where I just want to warn you guys. I want to show you the upside, the downside. I don't have a crystal ball. All we can do is technical analysis, and technical analysis is great to have, but it's not going to predict anything for you. You have to wait for those confirmations and set yourself up, have a good risk to reward management. That's what I really like to look at, guys. So that's what I wanted to bring to you here. Our volume's going down. Pay attention to it, guys. Right here, this 200-day moving average, ultimately that's what's going to need to hold for us. That's our uptrend right there. That's going to show that in the long term our trend is still moving to the positive there, and we're heading up. So that's what we want to see. Stay intact, guys. And we're in this symmetrical triangle. It's a neutral pattern. Let's just see what happens. Pay attention to that breakout. God bless each and every one of you.